So just an introduction to our senior command staff. These are our deputy chiefs. So Deputy Chief Sidney Collier, Deputy Chief Victoria Pearson, Deputy Chief Albert Stokes, and Acting Deputy Chief Sybil Amin Jones. And I'd like to just announce that, and I'm sure many of you are aware that Deputy Chief Pearson will be leaving us at the end of the month to take the bench in General District Court. So she's going to be a judge. We're very proud of her and wish her well in her future endeavors. Here are our majors. So Major Ronnie Armstead, Major Jody Blackwell, Acting Major Don Davenport, and Major Darrell Goins. Just to start off, I want to give an update on our officer-involved shootings. So we've discussed some of these, but there's been some developments. So the first one of the year, many of you remember, at 3300 block of McGuire Drive, we had an officer discharge his firearm, shoot a subject during the course and execution of a search warrant. That subject, we reported last week, unfortunately passed away from injuries that he sustained that day. So following our current protocol, we will be releasing body camera footage on that this time next week. So next Thursday, we'll have a similar community briefing as we had previously on our last fatal officer-involved shooting. So that one now is going to be considered fatal. We have already received a recommendation from the Commonwealth Attorney's Office or an announcement that they declined to prosecute in that case. On the 31st of March, we had another fatal officer-involved shooting that I've already reported on. That one as well, as I mentioned, was fatal of a homicide suspect. We have received a declination of prosecution on that case as well. The three new ones since we last spoke are going to be as follows. And there's a bit of confusion. We're reporting by Virginia State Police guidelines for officer-involved shootings, and many in the media have talked about that. That is when a person's been shot and wounded or shot and killed. There's another one that we are investigating, that we're tracking, that we made mention at the time, where a shot was fired by an officer at a subject, but that person was not struck. So going into that, so on April 22nd, we had an officer-involved shooting on 3rd Avenue. That one was non-fatal. We've received a letter of declination on that case. The one I just spoke of was on April 27th, only 5 days later, in the 1900 block of Raven Street. That's where an officer discharged his service weapon at a subject, missed that subject. He dropped his firearm and was taken into custody without any further use of force. But as I mentioned, that case has to be reviewed by the Commonwealth Attorney and is still in process of receiving a declination or a ruling on that particular case.